Now let's move to binary ionic compounds. When we are naming binary ionic compounds, which consist of just two elements, we use the same basic rule. The metal keeps its name and the non-metal change its ending to hide. Let's take KBr for example. Potassium stays the same and bromine becomes bromide. So the name is potassium bromide. Let's also look at magnesium oxide, MgO. Magnesium stays the same while oxygen becomes oxide, giving us magnesium oxide. Let's see if you get what I've been saying since morning. Can you name this compound? CAS. Write your answer in the comment section. When it comes to transition metals, things get a little more interesting. Transition metals can have more than one possible charge. So we need to specify the charge using Roman numerals in the name. Take FeCl2 for instance. Here, ion, which is Fe, has a charge of 2 plus. So we name it ion 2 chloride. The Roman numeral 2 shows the charge of the ion. So let's take a look at the second example, which is CuO. In CuO, copper has a charge of 2 plus, so we name it copper 2 oxide. Here's a challenge for you. How would you name LeCl2 when ion has a charge of 3 plus? Drop your answer in the comment section. Now, let's talk about polyatomic ions. These are ions made up of more than one atom. When naming ionic compound that contains polyatomic ions, the name of the polyatomic ion stays the same. For instance, NaNO3. Sodium is the cation and NO3 is a polyatomic ion called nitrate. So, while putting it together, we have sodium nitrate. Same goes for CaCO3. Ca is calcium and our calcium is the cation, and CO3 is a polyatomic ion which is called carbonate. So the name of the compound is calcium carbonate. Simple as that. Understanding how to name ionic compound is crucial not just in chemistry class but also in the real world. From the medicine we take to the fertilizers used in agriculture, these compounds are all around us, and knowing their names helps us understand their properties and uses. Okay, so let's summarize what we've learned today. We name ionic compounds by naming the cation first, then we move on to naming the anion and changing the end of the anion to hide for single electrons. We also talk about using Roman numerals for transition metals to show their charge. Then we move on to explaining keeping the names of polyatomic ions uncharged. Thanks for sticking with me as we explore how to name ionic compounds. Remember, the next time you see a chemical name on the product label, you know exactly what's going on. See you next time. Bye.